Today we find ourselves in Connewitz, a vibrant neighbourhood in the south of Leipzig where old world charm and modern energy merge. In this area we will meet Lau and Marina, both volunteers working in the same kindergarten. Let's get to know them.
Hi guys! Hi! How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Cold, isn't it? Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes. I'm Marina, 23 years old, and I'm from Spain.
From Spain?
And I'm Lau, I'm from the Netherlands and I'm 26, almost 27 years old.
Nice. So you've been here for almost 11 months.
Yes.
Okay. And you work here in this KiTa Biedermann?
Yes.
Nice.
Look how beautiful it is.
I mean, really, with the graffitis and all, I've been...
Really alternative.
Guys, what did you do before becoming European Solidarity Corps volunteers?
Before I didn't do much actually. I ended my job in finance, and then for 1 year I was mainly traveling and enjoying my life until I found the project.
Different.
Yeah.
And you, Marina?
Last year I was already in Germany doing the Erasmus program in a city close by here, and then I decided maybe it was a good idea to stay here and improve my German, and then I found out this project.
Okay.
I ended here.
Nice. And what would you say was your biggest motivation to apply for this specific project in the KiTa?
My biggest motivation was that I wanted to try how it is to work with children, because I always had some kind of fear for them, because I didn't know how to connect or talk to them, but now I realize that it's a lot of fun to hang out with the kids. And so the motivation that I wanted to learn how it is with kids and to know it maybe for the future, if I want to become a dad at some point, then yes, it gave me this insight that it's not so scary after all.
By me it was multiple reasons. For this specific project I applied because it was in Connewitz, and I wanted to live the experience of working with kids, but here in this part where it's more alternative and a little bit different, to have another point of view, how to raise up children.
Okay.
And then when we talked with the coordinator, Irina in this case, was also really nice. The conditions went all really fast and really soft, so then I decided to apply for this one.
Nice, nice. How would you describe your a normal day in your life?
So I always wake up at 7, in the weekend maybe a little bit later, but then I prepare myself to go to the kindergarten at 8:30, and then we start working at 9 until 3, so it's 6 hours in the day. And in the kindergarten, well, when I walk into the room, then all the kids start to run at me and they say "Lau, Lau." And then my day starts. There's no silent moment anymore. There's no moment that I can take rest unless I really leave the room, because the whole day I'm playing with them, games or making puzzles or drawing, or we do some arts and crafts, reading a book. So yeah, a lot of things we do inside the kindergarten.
So my days looks really similar to Lau because we work in the same kindergarten and we also live together. But then in the kindergarten I read many books for the kids. That is making me improving in my German really much. Then we do sometimes Ausflug with the kids. We go to the forest that is close by here, or also here in this park. We come sometimes with the kids, make a lot of fun. Then in the afternoons I have German course to continue improving, and when not, maybe we go outside for having a drink with other volunteers. Or just go to another city because we have the ticket of Germany, and just trying to do the best.
Nice. The kids are, how old are the kids you work with?
The kids in our groups are mainly from 3 till 6.
Okay.
There are also kids that are younger, but we don't generally take care of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. If you had to say some specific challenges you have faced during this year in Leipzig, what would you say?
It's actually the work itself, because it can be quite demanding at sometimes. If there are a lot of colleagues that are sick, for example, then sometimes you are with not so many colleagues in the room, and then the kids ask more from you. So these days can be quite challenging, and that makes tired as well. But it's also at the same time fulfilling that you can be there with the kids and be of good influence for them. At least I hope to be. Yes.
Okay, nice. And you, Marina?
I will also mention maybe the culture can be also sometimes challenging, just to get used to another culture that is not yours. Sometimes you discover that there is a cultural difference while you are going through a bad moment, maybe to say something that is not polite in Germany, for example. Or also when you are in the bus and everyone is in silence, things that sometimes you have to learn when someone say to you something that is not really good. Also the language, especially if you are working with kids, sometimes they don't understand that you don't understand them, that you come from another country, and yes, but with the time all these barriers we go through it.
Nice. So, where are we, guys?
So right now we are standing in front of Werk 2. It's located directly on Connewitz Kreuz, which is a kind of it's the main square, I would say, of Connewitz.
Okay.
Here we do. Here they do a lot of events. As you can see here, what are the next things?
What kind of events, like concerts or?
Yeah, it can be concert or some cultural event in general.
Okay. Can we go inside?
Yeah. Here I came with my college to receive some workshops. There is one part that is for doing things with glass, another with ceramic. So we took some lessons and knowledge, let's say, that then we can do it with the kids.
Okay.
The KiTa.
Nice. It looks really interesting.
Like something else that took place here was one of the many Christmas markets of Leipzig. If you are here during Christmas, then go here and go to this market because it was really nice.
Yes, you should have a look.
Is it like the same aesthetic as the other Christmas markets? Or is
it's a little bit different because there are also stands where people, like independent artists, sell their work and clothes and stuff. So it's a little bit different, but super nice.
And guys, do you have any plans after you leave Leipzig?
Well, I will go to Spain, spend there some months, and try to find a job with my German knowledge.
I'm also going back. I'm going back to the Netherlands. I will not continue to work with kids. It was nice for 1 year, but it's not something I want to do for the future. I studied accounting before, finance, so I will do something with this when I'm back. So completely different, but that's something that I like more, I think, than working with kids.
The kids, but I mean, at least you have tried it, and
I've tried it. It was a really good year. It was really inspiring, and I learned a lot of things. So yes, it was super good. But I'm also happy to go back.
And to wrap this meeting up, what advices or tips would you give future volunteers?
I will say don't be scared, and if you have some questions, you don't understand how it's work in the kindergarten or in the museum or wherever you work, or you don't understand the language, just ask. Everyone here is really nice, and you are not the first one that goes through these situations. And yes, please do this experience. I think is really good.
Yes, and also don't be afraid to make mistakes in speaking the language. I've been doing it wrong the whole year, but my colleagues say it's not a problem. We understand you. So, but the grammar is I still don't master it. Apart from that, I would use the Deutschland ticket to travel also around Leipzig. It's you can have it for €29 at this moment per month, and then you can travel to all places you want to visit, because there are really nice places also in the surrounding of Leipzig.
I hope it stays, the Deutschland ticket. I hope it stays for a long, long time. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, guys. So it was a pleasure. I wish you a really nice and safe trip back home. And I hope we can see each other again in the future.
Thank you very much, and all the best for the next volunteers.
Bye.
Ciao.